Well, agriculture is a major industry in the Carolinas, and the leader of North Carolina's industry doesn't just represent the political side of farming, he's a farmer himself. SoutheastProduceWeekly.com's Chip Carter has more in part 3 of our close-up on the Carolinas.
I'm with North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture Steve Troxler. He was elected in 2004, took office in 2005, and Commissioner, they keep bringing you back.
They do, and I hope it's for good reason.
When many of us think of North Carolina, we think of the agricultural past was firmly rooted in tobacco. But obviously, like farmers everywhere, you've had to adapt and grow and change. Has North Carolina, do you feel, successfully completed that transition?
We will never complete that transition, and I don't think any other state will. Agriculture is very fluid. The markets change. People's taste preferences change. So we've got to continually be willing to look at the next best thing. If we don't, then we're gonna be dead in the water. But when the light bulb came on that this excess tobacco land was also good sweet potato land, that started the process of us becoming the #1 producer of sweet potatoes in the United States. So yeah, that was another one of the almost miracles that happened to us here in North Carolina. And I have characterized the sweet potato industry in North Carolina as the Wild Wild West, and it has been. There's been tremendous opportunity for both success and failure. And my rule of economics in agriculture is that if you put a profit margin in front of a farmer, he'll farm his way out of it just as quick as he can with production. And that's just market response, and we're good at it. But we got to the point that we were outproducing the market, so we're having to back up a little bit now on production, and we're always looking for those new markets somewhere in the world that is going to take care of what we're growing, and we need to get those two synchronized pretty quickly so that we're not in a cyclic situation that we see in agricultural commodities so much. We now rank #3 in fresh strawberry production in the country. The blueberries, we rank in the top 5 in blueberry production. Even trout, we rank #2 in food-sized trout in the United States. A lot of people wouldn't think so, but yes, particularly in western North Carolina, we got a lot of trout production.
Now, I think, too, when we look at North Carolina, part of what gives you the ability to have this kind of diversity is the geography.
If you start in southeastern North Carolina, we can emulate the climates of northern Florida. If you go to the research stations in the high mountains of North Carolina, we can emulate the climates of the Midwest. We've also got the advantage of a varied amount of soil types that we can match crops with soil types and climate, and that's the kind of systemic research that we want to do for the future, bringing new crops into North Carolina that maybe we used to grow them in a small amount, or maybe we've never grown them, but when you do the science, we think that they would do very well here.
Well, look for the last part of our series tomorrow as Commissioner Troxler wraps things up. And starting Friday, you can see both full interviews on SoutheastProduceWeekly.com.